I've just done it.
No fighting.
No fighting. Queensberry rules.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Cliffe players are proud to present 2 radio plays, Clare in the Community and Round the Horn. Where somebody's reading 2 parts, a hat will be used to indicate another player. Clare in the Community. Clare and her colleagues Ray, Megan and Helen are social workers in their local town. Clare lives with Brian and their Eastern European au pair, Nali. Brian and Simon are teachers at the local comprehensive school. Clare is interviewing a client in the social services office.
If this is too difficult for you, Mrs. Mellon, we can do the interview at another time.
No, I'm fine.
Would you like a tissue?
Thank you.
Now, you were saying?
I'm sitting on the sofa with Graham, and I asked him for the TV controls to turn up the volume. And it was then I suddenly realised that my 40-year-old, non-smoking, non-drinking, fitness fanatic husband isn't watching EastEnders with me because he's dead. I've struggled to make sense of it ever since.
Have you tried BBC iPlayer? Now, if there's anything else, please don't hesitate to get in touch.
Thank you, Miss Barker.
But not in the next 2 weeks, because I'm getting married and going on honeymoon. Have you planned the funeral yet?
No, I've not really given it any thought.
Well, there's an environmentally friendly undertakers in the high street called Going Green. I can't recommend them too highly, although do avoid the cardboard coffins. They can turn a bit too biodegradable, if you know what I mean. Cheerio! Sorry I'm late for the team meeting. My interview ran over a little bit.
Oh, no probs, Claire. Have a seat. Now, where were we?
Oh, the removal of the water cooler from the corridor. Where are we going to discuss it?
Good point. All suggestions gratefully accepted.
I'd like some advice regarding Dexter, my client on remand. I don't know what to do to help him.
Well, call his brief. Get him to accentuate Dexter's positive qualities.
Dexter was caught in the act of robbing a post office. What positive qualities?
He managed to find a post office, didn't he? That's pretty impressive. Next, Helen.
Yes, team leader?
Just a small point, but can you stop telling clients in the trauma support group to cheer up? It might never happen.
That's such a bunch of downers.
Whatever. Megan, you wanted to say something?
Oh, regarding Claire's wedding present.
Hold it, Megan. The woman is sitting right here in the room.
Oh, credit me with some discretion, Ray. I'm not about to tell Claire what the present is. But can anyone who's not put in their pound do it by the end of the day?
Righto.
We can sort out the change later.
Continuing on the theme,
Yes, Helen?
it's about your hen night tonight, Claire. I've got it all planned.
Yes, spill the beans.
Okay, so here's what's happening. Cocktails, greyhound racing, more cocktails, Thai banquet, drag night at the Pink Pussycat, dancing, breakfast at the all-nighter, and cocktails to finish.
Oh, sounds fantastic.
Doesn't it? Are you sure you don't want to come?
Positive, thanks. I want to be fresh for my big day.
We'll take photos.
Oh, thanks.
Is Brian having a stag night?
Oh no, he's far too dull. Brian is celebrating his last day of freedom by giving blood. Next.
Hello, I'm Brian Harris.
Congratulations.
Is this where I give blood?
That's what the sign says.
A pint? Why, that's practically an half.
Sit down.
Righto.
Before we take any blood, we need to ask a few questions. Please answer honestly.
Well, it might be a drop to you, but it's life and death to some poor soul.
And without any tired impersonations of Tony Hancock, all of which I've heard a million times and still don't know who the bloody hell he is.
Sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
I don't care. I've had a crap day, up to my eyes in blood and veins. Ready?
Ready?
Have you had sex with multiple partners?
No.
Have you ever taken illegal drugs?
No.
Do you have any body piercings?
No.
Do you have any tattoos?
No.
Have you ever travelled through or lived in a tropical destination?
Oh no.
Blimey, you're boring.
Do you think so?
Yes, I do. Okay, you're going to feel a little prick.
I already do feel a little.
Stop there. Please try not to be boring and predictable.
Sorry.
Ready?
Ready.
So gnarly. What do you think?
This is your wedding outfit?
Yes,
The clothes you will wear to your wedding tomorrow?
that's right.
The biggest day of your life. The day every girl dreams about. And you will turn up looking like that?
Yes.
It's not a joke.
No.
It's lovely.
Thank you. Oh, be careful polishing those. They're a wedding present.
I'm being careful.
They're my most treasured possession. My mum bought them for me as a wedding present.
So you said. Although I still do not understand why your mother should buy you a set of plates commemorating hideously ugly people.
Actually, gnarly, these plates commemorate all the post-war Labour Party leaders.
Actually, my great-grandmother back home, rest her soul, had a similar collection. Only it was just the one plate with Comrade Tito on.
Well, these are limited edition, so take care.
Limited edition or not, you have to admit, Clare, there is not a looker in the bunch. Take this one. To be honest, if I ate my dinner off Michael Foot, I think I would barf.
Two things, gnarly. First, the plates are for decoration, not eating off. And second, your beloved Conservative Party isn't exactly crammed full of beauties.
Now I know you are joking.
No, I'm not.
Next, you will be telling me you don't have David Cameron's sex dreams.
I most certainly don't.
Or Boris.
Gnarly, please, change the subject.
Or both at once. Like last night, I dreamt I was in the jungle in Boris's arms when David swung through on a vine clutching his manifesto.
Enough!
Okay. I shall dwell on it in my spare time. So, how about Brian? What will he be wearing?
Don't talk to me about Brian. I'm sick and tired of his listless, lacklustre, lethargic ways. Do you know, 2 hours ago it started raining, and all he's done ever since is stare vacantly out of the window.
Maybe you should think about letting him in.
Maybe. I don't want him catching cold and sneezing through the ceremony.
I'll go fetch him in.
Brian!
Brian! Come on, Brian!
I can't even see if he's out there. Gnarly, what are you doing?
Oh, hitting his ball with the spoon. It works with the cat.
Oh, it's good to see you, Simon.
You too, Brian. It was nice to get your call. I didn't think you were going to see anyone the night before your wedding.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm regretting the decision.
Well, hallelujah, you've come to your senses. Marriage isn't for you. Look, I don't mind telling Clare it's off. Be part of my best man's duties.
I'm not regretting getting married, Simon.
Oh, blast.
But maybe a bloody good stag night is what I need to send me off into wedlock, you know? Tie one on, run amok, spend a night on the tiles painting a shade of red that won't fade for years.
Pint then?
Oh no, just a half, thanks, mate.
Come on, Brian, out with it. What's wrong?
Well, I'm getting married tomorrow, and suddenly it seems like very heavy with significance. It's like a curtain descending on my life.
Come on, Brian, it's a marriage. It's not like it's forever.
Well, I mean, I want to get married, Simon, but there's so many things I haven't done. Experiences I should have ticked off before settling down.
Like what?
Hitchhiking, scuba diving, snowboarding, paragliding.
Sex with twins, that's a good one.
Playing the violin, abseiling.
Triplets as well.
I mean, I shall never get to drive through Paris in a sports car with the warm wind going through my hair.
You could still do the sports car bit.
Well, you know what, Simon? I've never even chatted up a woman in a bar.
Come on, Brian, be serious.
I never have, and now I never will. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm prepared to go to the scaffold, but I don't want to go meekly, you know, punch the priest en route, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I know what you mean. In fact, I did punch the priest at one of my weddings. It didn't go down well at all.
Simon, what I'm about to tell you is in the strictest confidence.
Everything you tell me, Brian, is in the strictest confidence.
People think I'm boring, Simon.
No.
It's true!
You're not married yet. Surely there's still time to tick a couple of those boxes. I mean, what would we need if we wanted to go abseiling on the way home?
Forget it, Simon. I'm just mouthing off. Just ignore me.
Evening, miss. What can I get you?
Gin and tonic, please.
Good grief, Brian. There she is.
There who is?
Don't you recognise her?
No.
It's the woman in the bar you've never chatted up. Now's your chance.
What? Simon, no, I can't do that.
Why not?
Because it's the night before my wedding.
All the more reason to do it.
Look, I'm not about to... Oh, what the hell. I'm going to do it.
Proud of you, mate.
Here goes.
Go on, Brian. What's the problem?
Oh, Simon, what if I'm successful?
I don't think you have to worry about that.
Why, hello.
Hello?
Look, Brian, it's okay to be nervous in the morning of your wedding, but I think you're taking things a bit far.
It's not the wedding, Simon. It's Clare. She'll take one look at me and she'll know what I did last night. She was too preoccupied this morning, and Clare can sniff out guilt at 100 paces.
Relax, she can't possibly know.
Hello, I'm Mr. Lane, the registrar for today's ceremony. This is my assistant Gavin. I'm showing Gavin the ropes.
You the groom?
That's right.
Bit nervous, aren't you?
No.
I'd say you were. Very nervous. In fact, you're sweating like a blacksmith's backside.
It's very close in here.
I noticed the bride's not here.
Well, yeah, she's still getting ready.
Still sorting out her visa, is she?
Visa?
Well, I'm sure you can use the time to practice pronouncing her name properly.
Ooh, and exactly what are you insinuating?
I've got your number, mate. Are you going to tell me that she's marrying you for love?
Oh, yes, she is. And what's more, she was born in Ruislip.
Oh yes. Is that Ruislip Middlesex or Ruislip in Kazakhstan, say?
I mean, is there a Ruislip in Kazakhstan?
That's enough, Gavin. Calm down. I'm so sorry. We got a memo telling the registrars to keep a lookout for fraudulent marriages. And Gavin here is a bit over vigilant. Come along, Gavin.
Coming, boss. I'm watching you, Sonny. There'll be no fake marriages on my watch. Got it?
Hello, everybody. I'm Ray the usher. Remember, as you came in, I told you that bride's friends to the left and groom's friends to the right. Well, the right is a bit on the empty side. Would some of you mind pretending to be Brian's friends?
Well done, Ray.
You're looking a bit peaky, Megan.
I have to say I felt better.
I feel absolutely grotty. I wish I'd changed my clothes when I had the chance.
You were out all night, Ray. You never had the chance.
I meant 3 days ago.
Ray, is there any sign of the bride?
None at all, Brian.
Oh, where the hell is Clare? She ought to be here by now.
Gnarly, please. That's enough makeover. I've got to go now.
Oh, Claire, please. It's just a dab of cream. It'll take no time.
Sorry, I've got to go.
Oh, have it your way. Brian's first kiss as a married man is with Valenza.
I'm fine.
Oh, I love a wedding, Claire. You know, in my village, we have a tradition.
I thought you would.
The evening before the wedding, a big cart is decorated in hundreds and hundreds of freshly cut flowers, and all the virgins of the village are driven around the town square.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, it was. But when I was 14, I wasn't allowed in it anymore. Hay fever. Since then, the tradition has slowly died, and nowadays there is just Auntie Branca bouncing around in the back, and Mika the milkman says she has no right to be there.
Go and wait in the car, Gnarly.
Oh, very well. First, a hug, please. You have been a good friend to me, Claire, and for that reason, I have decided to stay out of any photos so as not to upstage you in your dowdy dress.
The car, Gnarly.
I go.
Who's that?
Yes?
Claire Baker.
No, that's her. Claire, I see you in the car.
Claire, how nice to meet you after all the things I've heard.
And you are?
Nina Murray.
Well, I'm sorry, Nina Murray. Whatever it is, it'll have to wait. I'm about to get married.
That's exactly why it can't wait. You see, there's something you really ought to know. Last night, I slept with your fiancé, Brian.
Well, she's not answering her phone.
I'm sorry, but we do have another wedding booked in the afternoon.
A real wedding?
This is a real wedding.
Good, I'm pleased for you. It's just normally when brides fail to turn up, it's because they've realised we're onto them.
She'll be here.
Hey, Brian, what's going on? Where's Claire?
She's been held up, right? Everything's fine.
Not with me, it isn't. I have a tsunami of a chunder brewing down below, and if we don't get a move on...
Well, look, I apologise for the delay, but Claire does actually have to be here.
Excuse me, are you the registrar?
That's right.
Well, can you please turn the fire alarm off?
There isn't a fire alarm.
Really? Well, that really was a hell of a night we had last night.
Perhaps one of us should go to the flat and see what's happening.
I'll go. I could do with some fresh air. I rather regret finishing off the evening drinking the hand gel in the bathroom.
Actually, I was thinking of somebody who wasn't still drunk.
I'm not drunk, Megan. I'll have you know I'm in total control of my faculties. I shall see you all later.
It's all very well, but I don't know if it's time.
Look, Claire has included a couple of her favourite songs for after the ceremony. Let's do them now.
Fine, whatever.
How the bloody hell do you get this stupid door open?
You push it like it says.
Thank you.
Okay, does everybody have a song sheet? Could the congregation please be upstanding as we all sing Between the Wars by Billy Bragg?
I was a miner, I was a docker, I was a railway man between the wars. I raised a family in time of austerity, with sweat at the foundry between the wars.
I've never heard such utter nonsense.
It isn't nonsense, believe me.
But Brian would never betray me.
Really? Well, what about then when he slept with Gnarly's twin sister, Newly?
Well, Brian would never betray me more than once a year. Besides, what do you know about Newley?
Oh, you'd be surprised what I know about you. For Brian and I didn't just share a night of wonderful lovemaking, we talked. And Brian needed to talk. A lot.
I'm about to get married to Brian. Now get out of the way.
I don't think so. Brian says you were obstinate. Well, I'm just going to have to stand in front of this door and stop you leaving until it's all over. And then he can make a choice between us.
Just how on earth do you intend doing that?
I think I know a way. You see, Brian told me a lot about you. About your selfishness, your arrogance, your total disregard for other people's feelings. About the disgusting hairs on your toes that you refuse to cut because you regard letting them grow wild as a feminist gesture.
If you don't leave, I shall call the police.
Brian also told me about your recently acquired most precious possession. And goodness me, here they are. Proudly displayed on the dresser. Your limited edition Spode China collection of plates featuring the heads of post-war party leaders.
Oh, please, not the Spode.
Who's this then?
Put that down.
Clement Attlee, Prime Minister 1945 to 1951, undertook sweeping nationalisation and introduced the National Health Service.
No!
Goodbye, Clement. Look, it's James Callahan.
I'm begging you.
Oops-a-daisy. Now, who have we here?
No,
Tony
no.
Blair.
No, please. Actually, you can drop that one.
Next, it's Jeremy Corbyn. Isn't that beard realistic? I see I have your attention. Good. If you do as I ask, you will still have a reasonably large collection. Understand?
Understood.
Good. There's no reason why we shouldn't be civilised about this. You just sit down whilst Jeremy Corbyn and I stand in front of the door to stop you getting any ideas. Clare, I'm waiting in the car!
Ooh.
Oops. Oops.
I say,
Stand down, Margaret. Stand down, please. Stand down, Margaret. Stand down, Margaret. Stand down, please. Stand down, Margaret. I say, stand down, Margaret. Stand down, Margaret. Stand down, Margaret.
So, where is she then?
oh, be quiet.
I shall be sending your details to registry offices throughout the country, just in case you're thinking of pulling this little trick again.
You're not helping, Gavin. Mr. Harris, you have to understand that a registry office is like Gatwick. We can keep the other weddings in a holding position, but we can't do it forever.
Just a bit more time, okay, please? Has anyone managed to get hold of Helen?
Her phone is off. She's probably face down under a hedge somewhere.
I think the two of us should go round to the flat.
Oh, well, okay, but hurry up and try and come back with my bride.
Or just nip over to Heathrow and rustle him up a new one.
I say we rush her. We can't. She's holding Harold Wilson. Besides, as a care professional, I feel I have a duty towards this poor woman who's clearly suffering under a delusion.
Beloved Brian, that is not a delusion. That is crazy bonkers. No offence.
What are you two talking about? You'd better not be scheming. Just chatting. I do apologise for all this yawning, but Brian kept me up all night. He was insatiable and very imaginative. In the end, I had to say to him, you keep going if you want, Brian, but I'm going to have to get some sleep.
Clare, may I ask you, without going into intimate details, does this sound like Brian to you?
Well, he's had his moments.
This floozy is getting on my nerves. What do you say, Clare? We rush her.
No, Gnarly, I'm trained in this sort of thing. I'm going to engage with her. Be honest and direct as possible, with her best interests at heart.
Whilst I'll creep around the back and hit her over the head with a clothes iron. Good idea.
Actually, Gnarly, I don't think it's going to be necessary. Look, she's sitting there. She can barely keep her eyes open.
Her eyes are closed. Listen.
She's asleep.
Fast asleep. I suggest we follow the example of Uncle Basha, who once crept upon a bear into the wood. It was the terrible winter of 1987, and his family was starving. The bear was preoccupied, doing what bears do in the wood.
Can it not wait?
Why should it? It's a bear.
The story, Gnarly. Another time, perhaps.
Okay. I creep left, and you creep right.
Here goes.
Claire, it's me, Helen. Open the door. Brian's waiting at the registry office and I need to throw up.
She's stood me up, hasn't she? I mean, all we need is an altar, and then the cliche will be complete. I am such a loser, and it's my own fault. She's found out about the woman in the bar, and she decided I'm not worth it. I mean, and you know what? I think she's right.
Yes, that's very sad. But we're trying to get married here.
Yeah, come on, mate. It's our turn now.
It's all right for you. Your bride showed up.
I know, it must be tough.
Terry, just get rid of him, will you?
All right.
We're an hour behind schedule as it is, and there's the high table ice sculpture to consider.
Oh, come on, have it out, Judy. The guy's in pain.
Yes, so will you be if you don't get rid of him.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I'll give you what for, you soppy prat.
Look, it's not my fault that I've got a fully functioning humanard.
And I haven't.
No. This flaming wedding has drained all the humanity out of you.
Oh, Dad! Terry's being horrible to me.
Upset my princess, would you? I knew you weren't good enough for my little girl.
Keep out of this, Stan, you silly old fart.
Right, you've had this coming to you.
I can't get hold of Helen, Megan, Ray, Clare and the rest of the guests. I'm the only one left, so I popped round. I mean, you seem to have things covered here.
Well, why not?
Mr. Harris, I'm going to try to move the fight outside. I don't think things are like to calm down, so I think I can properly offer you another slot.
Well, that's very kind of you, but I don't think Claire's going to show up.
This job has made me an incurable romantic. Let's give it half an hour, shall we?
Mug.
Okay, I've got 12 teas, 8 coffees. Help yourself to orange juice. Gnarly's making sandwiches. They'll be coming through in a minute.
You know, you can never justify kidnapping, but I think this woman may have done Claire a favour.
Look, are we going to play Pictionary or aren't we?
Excuse me. Unaccustomed as I am to taking hostages. Seriously though, can I say that you're a super bunch, and I only wish I'd met you under more pleasant circumstances. In fact, I insist you all come along when Brian and I get married.
Megan, Helen, over here.
What is it, Claire?
I want you two to stand by the window, and if anyone walks by, attract their attention and get them to rescue us.
Like who?
A policeman.
A Bobby on the beat? Claire, you've got more chance of seeing Mel Gibson at a bar mitzvah.
Oh, well, we've got to do something.
Claire, just chill. If we relax, can ease our way out of the situation gradually.
But she could kick off at any moment. What did I tell you?
Sorry, Claire. That was me.
For crying out loud! Ray, what's going on? Turn this music off, now!
Do you have a problem, Claire?
Yes, I do. First, with this song. It encourages the illegal poaching of an endangered species. And the use of its body parts in Chinese medicine.
Tiger feet? This is political correctness gone mud.
And second, this isn't a house party, it's a kidnapping. But it won't do you any good. All you've achieved is to postpone my marriage to Brian. It will happen, believe me.
I don't think so, Claire. Do you seriously believe Brian would prefer you to me? There's no contest. You, a shriveled through, with scraped back hair, pinched face, and parsimonious makeup.
God knows how many times I tried to tell her.
Or me, a passionate, voluptuous, pre-surgery male to female transsexual. Brian was too drunk to notice at the time, but I will tell him the first chance I get. I believe all relationships must be founded on total honesty.
And kidnapping.
Bitterness is such an unattractive trait, Claire. Try and lose with some dignity.
Oh, forget it, Nina. This isn't going to work.
Yes, it will, Claire, because Brian loves me. He hasn't said so, not in so many words, but I know he does.
I'll get it.
Simon?
Brian!
Brian? Simon!
Simon? Brian!
Ah, yes, I see. Right, I think I probably owe you a bit of an explanation. So after Brian's guilty conscience got the better of him and he scurried out of the pub, I started talking to Nina and we got on like a house on fire. Now, anyone who knows me will be fully aware of my issues around commitment, and it's long been a strategy of mine to hide behind Brian's identity. A strategy which, I have to say, has served me very well until today. Any actor will tell you a convincing performance is all about the detail, and you'll laugh at this, Claire. I always made sure I passed on any particularly intimate aspects of your relationship that Brian chose to share with me. That's how Nina knew so much about you. As you will have realised, this isn't the best man speech I'd intended making. And it is a shame to spend all that money on a pair of rubber breasts and not use them. But I feel I owe everyone an explanation of this situation that was, after all, partially my fault. But if Nina can forgive...
I forgive you, Brian.
Simon...
Whatever.
I'm sure the rest of you can. So if we all raise our glasses, the bride and groom.
Bride and groom.
Oh, ow! Ah! Ow! Ah! Ah!
I told you those pebbles were hot, Brian. Why didn't you wear your flip-flops?
I didn't think. Here's what's left of your ice cream. Happy honeymoon, Claire.
Oh, thanks.
Is today Tuesday?
No, I think it's Wednesday.
Oh, I'll check on my mobile. Oh, both wrong. It's Thursday.
Oh, Brian, you do know what this means?
Yes, it means we've thrown off the shackles of dull care, conquered the tyranny of anxiety, and have finally attained the holiday nirvana of just existing in the moment.
No. It means we've missed our flight home.
Oh, bollocks.